Hello Warbler here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In today's video, we'll be taking care of a couple of side quests across the Recital village, involving this lady. Kheel, where are you? I can't find Kheel anywhere. Where could she be? Maybe she went to Warbler's nest to practice her singing. That's so far away. Could you have made it there on her own? Oh, I'm so worried. Well, luckily for us... See what the corner goes to. Okay, I'm recording this video the day Joe Garner finishes Let's Play, so that's kind of amusing. But luckily for us, we now have a new ability, Rivali's Gale. And I may or may not have used it a couple times when I was streaming a certain Korok episode the other day. Cough, cough, immersion broken. This Let's Play is forever ruined. So with Rivali's Gale, we're now able to fly around and be all awesome and stuff like that. It's kind of amusing how my favorite character in this game has one of the most useful abilities ever. It's kind of interesting. At least he's not horrible in that department. But what we'll be doing is that we'll be going over this way towards Warbler's nest, because there's a cute little baby Recital right here. Grrr. My sisters are dumb dummies. Language. They promised we'd rehearse together, but no one showed up. We have to perform our song for the elder at Warbler's nest. We're going to be laughed off the stage. Hey, you. You look like I could use you. That is to say, you look like a nice guy who likes to help people in need. Can you go tell my sisters in Recital Village to stop ditching rehearsal? They won't listen to me, but they might listen to a scary-looking... Is that a compliment or an insult? Although Ganley might be a tough sell, she'd probably be in the kitchen yelling, I want some salmon salmon mayonnaise. That's what I'm going to be calling it. Or something like that. She doesn't want to sing either. She's such a pain. Okay, I made a note for myself to look up the official pronunciation of that, and within the 2.5 years that took me to plan out this Let's Play, thank goodness it wasn't 3.5. Within the 2.5 years that took to plan out this Let's Play, I never bothered to do that, so... I guess from this point onwards, I'll have like a post-commentary clip of me saying the proper pronunciation, and I'll just continue calling it salmon mayonnaise in the live commentary, or I could just leave it in there and just be bad at editing. But, anywho, what I want to do next is go over here and talk to you. I did not mean for that to rhyme. You found a Kheel? So she's at a Warbler nest after all. Phew, she really had me worried. Thank you for letting me know. Please, take this for your trouble. And we get a purple ruby. I feel much better now that I know where she is. Thank you. So this side quest is pretty interesting because it can actually have a different version depending on when you finish it. I believe both of these side quests, you can only complete them after you've completed Van Meadow. Something that's definitely well worth mentioning indeed. So, there's a couple Recital babies around here we need to go talk to. I believe the first one is going to be located around here somewhere. Maybe, sort of, kind of, perhaps. Where is this stupid bird? Hello, bird. Bird. There you are. Hello, bird. Hurry, hurry! I need salmon mayonnaise in my belly! I know Kheel wants me to practice singing with her, but I just can't. Not until I get my salmon mayonnaise. My sister's already left to get salmon mayonnaise ingredients. I told them I wanted to sing it until I get it. I didn't expect them to actually make it for me, though. I don't want to practice singing, but I really do want some yummy salmon mayonnaise. What's taking my sister so long? I thought they were just going to the Slippery Falcon. Alright, so that's our first indication of where we need to go. So I believe that's the general store of this region, of this town rather. So I believe it's going to be located around here. Is this it? Yay, I was correct. I'm always correct, except I'm not. Yeah! Hey now, here is my son. Sorry, I brought some goat butter. Huh? Rehearsal? Oh yeah, I forgot. If I give you this goat butter, will you make some salmon mayonnaise for Genli? She should be in the kitchen. She won't sing until she's eaten. Or Sister Knots is probably practicing her song somewhere up high. Knots left to catch us some hearty salmon. She's probably fishing at the pond near the entrance of the village. Oh, right, so now we have 2 indicators of where we want to go, and I'm going to change my outfit real quick because it kind of bothered me that we're not wearing the special one from this region. There we go. Yay! This was what we were wearing the entire time. It's just that the game was glitching when it was exported for YouTube purposes. That is totally a legit and believable excuse, if I do say so myself. By the way, that Rito back there that was on the cliff, that's not one that we need for the side quest. Instead, we're going to be going all the way to the toppy tip of this area. Because if we go around here somewhere, assuming we don't run out of stamina first, it's going to be located over there. Man, we're not going to be able to make that, are we? Nope. It doesn't look like we're going to make it. Ouch. Alright, well, I guess I could show this instead, because I was intending to demonstrate this in the first place. So if you go over to the shrine over here and you look upwards, you would be able to see like musical notes coming from that cliff up there. That's your indication of where you need to figure things out. And that kind of reminds me of like a train of thought that's kind of amusing. So like, I'm not entirely sure what the science of this is, but whenever you're working on designing thingies, you have to be careful when you place something at a high elevation, because for whatever reason, when it comes to game design or just design in general, people are stubborn and will not look up. So usually you have to have some kind of indicator for your player or something like that to look upwards so they can move the camera and things like that. Again, I don't know what the science of this is, but it's just something that's pretty common in game design. It's also kind of common in theme park design as well, because like, for example, at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, there's a place called Oga's Cantina, and a lot of people have a hard time finding the place unless they already know where it is, even though there's like a giant sign at the roof of the building saying Cantina. I don't know, people are stubborn and like refuse to look upwards. La la loo loo la 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 loo la 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 la. I call that song Return of the Bird Wrangling Hero, first movement. It sucked. Thank you for listening. What? Sing rehearsal Warbler's next? I totally forgot. It's just again they want some salmon mayonnaise, so my sisters have been looking for ingredients. I'm sorry. I don't know how I'm gonna edit that in the Let's Play, but I just keep calling it salmon mayonnaise and I keep giggling whenever that happens. That's probably gonna be the title of the video, honestly. Well then, I guess I'll give you the tomato weed to you. Please make the best salmon mayonnaise for Genli. She says she can't sing on an empty stomach, but I'm pretty sure that's just an excuse. Well, good luck. When I was a kid, I used to think the same way, where, like, if there was something that I had to do, then, like, I felt like I couldn't do it unless I ate something recently. Nowadays, it's the exact opposite problem, where if I'm super busy with something, then I kind of forget to eat. Like, I actually got lightheaded at work the other day because I forgot to eat breakfast, and that was not a good experience. Hiya! Hiya! I'm fishing for hearty salmon! Eh? What are you doing here? What? Rehearsal? I totally forgot. I was too focused on catching these fish. Keel's gonna kill me. Please take the hearty salmon and go make some salmon mayonnaise for Genli. Hopefully she'll feel like singing after she has some. Well, the problem is, you're doing it wrong. This is the way that you fish! Oh, there are fish in here. I was about to make a joke that there weren't even any fish in this pond. Okay, real quick, I haven't said this yet, but I love this detail. I love the leaves in the water. This is such a good detail that's not appreciated enough. Do you realize how hard that was to program? That would have been a nightmare to program effectively, but they did it. They didn't have to, but it's such a good detail, and it's one that I appreciate so much because it's so good. And now to make the salmon mayonnaise. So, what you want to do is you want to grab, where is it? We want to grab butter. a hearty salmon. And where is the to burn the weed? It is right there. Harry, Harry! I need salmon mayonnaise in my belly! That amazing smell. Could it be? Salmon mayonnaise! You're going to let me have some, right? Right? No, it's all mine. Wow, you're mean. I love the dialogue option so much. It's so good. I love that option so good. Yay, time to dig in. Munch. I'm stuffed. Huh? Promise to my sisters? I suppose I shouldn't break my promise. I really do like singing, but I'm too nervous to sing in front of other people. I have serious stage fright, but maybe practicing with my sisters will help me feel more comfortable. Anyway, thank you for the amazing salmon mayonnaise. It was so soft and flaky and delicious. I'll give you this rehearsal. I'll come listen later. I understand that feeling of stage fright and things like that, but not in an exact way. What I mean by that is that in my earlier days of videos, I would get super nervous about actually publishing a video and things like that because I'd be really nervous that, people aren't going to like my commentary, they're going to think my voice is so dumb and things like that. And it would get to the point where, like, literally weeks would go by where a video would be saved as a draft on my channel that I just refused to publish because I'd be so nervous that people actually watching it. Like, eventually after, almost 10 years of doing this, I eventually got over that. But it is still something that I think about from time to time. And in terms of like actual stage fright, I have done theater classes before and I have had to do performances in front of people. And that was a nerve-wracking experience because like I'm a very shy person in real life and I don't really talk to a whole lot of people. Like I have to know somebody for a little while before I get really comfortable being myself around them. But the fun thing about acting is that you get to be another person. You get to be somebody that you'll never be in a million years, and you get to just act to your heart's content. It's a really amazing feeling, and even if I'm not going to be an actor or pursue that career in my own time, it was still a really amazing experience that I won't trade for the world. Oh, thank you so much. My sisters are here. Now we can rehearse at the Warbler's Nest. Want to know what song we're singing? Well, the editor told me it's a song passed down to the Recital that was once sung by Warbler's Nest in ancient times. If you don't know, Warbler's Nest is the big stone platform with the pillars behind us. The lyrics don't make a lot of sense, but there's one line in particular that always catches my ears. When we convinces the rocks to sing, once to open the monk's door will swing. What do you think that means? What's a monk? Oh, I almost forgot. I got a little something, just a small thing for bringing all my sisters here. Ta-da! Correct, leave. Why don't you swing in the direction of the Warbler's Nest? It makes a fun noise. Remember the pattern that they're singing. So, counting from this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll now know that the pattern matches this area. So, what you want to do, you want to use a Korok leaf, and this will be the same every time, but I don't think the ability to actually trigger this will actually work until you complete the side quests. Because I remember trying to do this to kind of... What was the combination again? I totally wasn't looking over my notes because I literally just forgot. No, that's totally not the thing because I totally don't have a terrible memory. But, yeah. What was I saying? Remember that thing I said about terrible memory? What's that weird looking house always there? No, that's the shrine thing that the elder was talking about. So cool! Who knew Warbler Sense was keeping a secret like that? Let's tell Ma'am! Yeah, let's! See you later! That's what Mom is an unmatched thing! Ready, set, go! So that's a pretty heartwarming scene of their song opening up the way and their reaction to it. And I especially love the part where the one falls over and quacks like a duck. That said, the Recital children are freaking creepy in this game. I don't like how they look. I'm sorry, but they're creepy. I don't like how they kind of look like the same model, just the color of their feathers were changed just slightly. It looks like the exact same model repeated. Their eyes just look so disturbing. I don't like how they look at all. But continuing on through the winding route, we'll be going over this way, and it looks like we'll be climbing pretty high in this area. I wonder if some verticality is going to play into a factor of the shrine. That's been safe. Never mind, that didn't work. I was trying to be unnecessarily epic, but I wasn't fast enough. Ew, will, how unfortunate. So what you want to do, you want to use the paraglider to fly around with the winged currents. It's going to be super cool, but don't get stabbed, because being stabbed is not a very pleasant experience at all. So what we want to do, continue on this way, and we'll just eventually find our path to forward. Path to forward. Great grammar related here to you. So, over here is going to be a treasure chest, and inside, you got a small key. You can open a locked door. I may or may not have Link's Awakening on the mind right now, because I've been playing through it on the Game & Watch lately, and I gotta say, I freaking love the Zelda Game & Watch. Even if I'm never gonna get around to playing the original 2 Zelda games on there, and I'm pretty much just gonna be playing Link's Awakening over and over again, I don't care. It's perfect. It probably could have been just a only Link's Awakening on the Game & Watch, and it would have been the perfect handheld ever. I'm really happy with the way it turned out and things like that. There's a couple minor things that I wish they did a little bit differently on it though, and it's very nitpicky and very stupid, but I gotta be honest, one thing that I really wish they did was that, you know how on the original Game Boy, there's that switch that would change the colors from black and white to white and green? That's not on the Game & Watch, and it makes me so sad, because one thing that I loved doing as a kid was just flipping on and off that switch. That was one of my favorite things to do ever. And another thing that's a really big nitpick, that does not matter in the slightest, that would actually be an inconvenience if it was included, but I really wish it was a thing. I wish there was a way to turn off the backlight, because when I was a kid, we had the Game Boy, and it had no backlight. So if I wanted to play Link's Awakening in the car on the way home at night, I could only see the screen every now and then when a street light came by. I kind of wish that was a thing on the Game & Watch too, so that I could relive that. I know it's a stupid wish, and I'm also happy that it is a backlit screen, but at the same time, that would have been kind of cool. And another thing that I learned the hard way today was that there's a little Triforce on the back of it, and it's glow in the dark. And I had the Zelda Game & Watch in my pocket when I was working Oga's Cantina today. And the inside of Oga's Cantina could get pretty dark at times. So every now and then there'd be this tiny little glowing triangle in my pocket. I don't think anybody noticed, but I knew it was there. And it was a little distracting. So yeah, probably not going to do that again. And now we're over here and we can listen to their song. Check it out, I'm practicing my singing! Yeah, you did go to Kheel. I never would have realized how much I actually like to sing. But thanks to you, I'm having a blast. So while we continue talking through this, there's one more thing that I like to talk about in terms of acting that I gotta say that I'm really appreciative of. So, one of my favorite things about Galaxy's Edge is that every cast member has like a full backstory that they can tell to travelers, because like everybody there has lived on the planet Batu forever. What was this? So how is the inside of the shrine? Were there lots of fish in there? I don't know what to say. I don't want to lie to the kid, but this seems a little heartless. Let's go with fishless. That's too bad. Maybe all the fish got bored of waiting in there and left. I don't want to talk to you again, Lee. Oh, you're not going to let me see the other thing. So yeah, as we continue through here, one thing that I really appreciate was that I get to kind of like continue acting at Galaxy's Edge, and one of the things that we learned in acting class was to treat every performance like it's the first one ever, because even if we may get tired of the lines, it's going to be the first time that somebody in the audience will hear it. And that kind of thinking kind of carries over into what I do at Galaxy's Edge, even if it's just something as simple as like working the drink carts and selling those little Coke grenade thingies, or bringing people into their seats for Olga's Cantina. We're still playing a role, and it's a very fun role. So before we end up this video, there's one more thing that I want to demonstrate real quick. So in my notes for this Let's Play, I told myself to double check this side quest because there were some walkthroughs online. They were trying to say that the Find a Kill side quest would be impossible to complete if you did it after this side quest is over, the Recital Warbler's Nest. That is not the case. So on screen right now, you're going to see what happens instead. It's only going to be like a dialogue difference. Hmm? Oh, you must be the one the Kheel told me about. The girls were practicing their singing thanks to you. Please take this. And as we wrap up this video, let's listen to their song real quick. Might be a little bit hard to hear, but I think this is supposed to be the case, but it really does sound like a pretty fun mixture of the Rito Village theme from this game and Dragon Roost Island, where the Rito come from in The Legend of Zelda the Wind Waker. And I love that song, so I love this reference. So I'm taking care of all that to bring this video off here. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Your options are where we're going next. You can go to the next video on the playlist where we'll be taking care of a few more side quests across the Depantha region. You can also explore the region by heading off towards the snowy region over there. Oh, they go to bed. Wait, where do they go? I'm gonna follow them real quick. This looks adorable. I know I just said a moment ago that they're kind of creepy looking, but this is kind of adorable. I've never actually seen this before. But yeah, our other options include going through the Tabantha Goroks and things like that, because apparently we're doing that, because I'm crazy. You know, there's like hundreds of those things. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting concept as well. And their final option, of course, is to what are we doing again? We're not going for Ganon anymore. We're doing the Champions Ballad now. Your fourth option is to go take care of the Champions Ballad story thingy. That's gonna be pretty fun. Hurry up and go to bed, you twerps. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I played gear to you, and where would you like to go to next?